Causticum. The homeopathic medicine. The medicine is well adapted to persons with dark hair and rigid fiber. Weakly, psoriatic, with excessively yellow, sallow complexion. Those who are subject to affections of respiratory and urinary tracts. Children with dark hair and eyes, delicate, sensitive, skin. A patient prone to vertigo during dentition, or convulsions with eruption of teeth. There is disturbed functional activity of brain and spinal cord, from exhausting disease or severe mental shock, resulting in paralysis. There is rawness or soreness of scalp, throat, respiratory tract, rectum, anus, urethra, vagina, uterus. The patient has melancholy mood, sad, hopeless. From care, grief, sorrow. With weeping, the least thing makes the child cry. The patient has intense sympathy for sufferings of others. There is ailments, from long-lasting grief and sorrow. From loss of sleep, night watching. From sudden emotions, fear, fright, joy. From anger or vexation. From suppressed eruptions. Children slow in learning to walk. Unsteady walking and easy falling of little children. The medicine works in constipation, which is frequent, with ineffectual desire. Stool passes better when person is standing. Impeded by hemorrhoids. Tough and shining, like grease. In children and nocturnal enuresis. Urine involuntary, when coughing, sneezing, blowing the nose. In cough, the medicine helps when the patient has rawness and soreness in chest. With inability to expectorate, sputum which must be swallowed. Which is relieved by swallowing of cold water. Or on expiration. Cough with pain in the hips. Which remaining after pertussis. Or with expectoration chiefly at night. There is hoarseness with rawness, and aphonia in the morning. At night, unable to get an easy position or lie still for a moment. Must move constantly, but motion does not relieve. Cannot cover too warmly, but warmth does not. There is faint like sinking of strength. Weakness and trembling. There is jixixua, especially burns, scalds, freshen up, become sore again. Old injuries reopen. Patients say they never have been well since that burn. Given in menses which are too early, too feeble, only during the day. Cease on lying down. There is paralysis of single parts. Vocal organs, tongue, eyelids, face, extremities, bladder. Generally, of right side. From exposure to cold wind or draft. After typhoid, typhus or diphtheria. Gradually appearing. There is drooping of upper eyelids. Cannot keep them open. There is rheumatic affections, with contraction of the flexors and stiffness of the joints. Tension and shortening of muscles. Cures warts which are large, jagged, often pedunculated. Bleeding easily. Exuding moisture. Small, all over the body. On eyelids, face. On the nose. Patient improves for a time, then comes to a standstill. Relationship of the medicine. This medicine is complementary to carboveg, petros, and incompatible to foes. Causticum must not be used before or after foes, always disagrees. The acids. Coffea. Compare this medicine with arnica, patient must swallow mucus. And with gelsemium, graphidus, sepia. Ptosis. Hoarseness, rumex and carbo-V. When changes to evening. With sulfur in chronic aphonia. Causticum antidotes paralysis from lead poisoning, bad effects of holding tight in mouth of compositors, and abuse of mirth or self. In scabies. It affects the right side most prominently. Aggravation of the symptoms are in clear, fine weather. Coming from the air into a warm room. Cold air, especially draught of cold air. Unbecoming cold. From getting wet or bathing. Amelioration of symptoms. In damp, wet weather. Warm air.